evaluate the quantity x plus y squared minus the absolute value of x plus y when x equals 3 and y equals negative 5. Again, I'm going to rewrite the expression down below just so that I've got a little bit more room to work with it. And if you haven't seen an absolute value yet, we're going to talk about this in a minute, but for the moment, we're just going to consider these absolute value symbols to be grouping symbols. So whenever we're taking the absolute value of something and there's an expression inside, we have to evaluate the inside before we take the absolute value. And we'll talk about the absolute value in just a little bit. So right now, let's just substitute in these numbers. We know that x is 3 and y is negative 5. So this is going to be 3 plus negative 5 squared minus the absolute value of 3 plus negative 5. Now we have to do the operations inside the grouping symbols first. So in each of these, we have to take 3 plus negative 5. 3 plus negative 5 is negative 2. So this is going to be negative 2 squared minus the absolute value of negative 2. Now for squaring, we know that squaring a number is just multiplying it by itself. So negative 2 squared is negative 2 times negative 2, which is positive 4. And now we are ready to deal with the absolute value symbols. The definition of absolute value is that the absolute value of a number is its distance from 0 on a number line. And since distance cannot be negative, the absolute value of a number cannot be negative. Let's take a look at a number line. Just going to draw a really quick one. We'll look at some positive numbers and some negative numbers. Now, if we wanted to know, for example, the absolute value of 2, that's asking how far away from 0 is 2 on the number line, and we can see that that distance is 2 units. So that means the absolute value of 2 is 2. If we wanted to look at the absolute value of negative 2, for example, then that's asking how far away negative 2 is from 0 on the number line. And we can see that that distance is also 2. So the absolute value of negative 2 is also 2. The shortcut that students usually recognize is that if we're taking the absolute value of a positive number, the answer is just that number itself. So the absolute value of 4 would be 4, the absolute value of 12 would be 12. And if we have the absolute value of a negative number, we effectively get rid of the negative sign. So the absolute value of negative 2 is positive 2, the absolute value of negative 4 is positive 4, the absolute value of negative 12 is positive 12, etc. So in this problem, we're asked for the absolute value of negative 2, and we've just seen that the absolute value of negative 2 is 2, so we're going to replace that absolute value there with 2. And now we can do the last step. 4 minus 2 gives us 2, which is our final answer. When we evaluate this expression with x equals 3 and y equals negative 5, the whole expression ends up equal to 2.